This is my London flat, and I'm getting ready to go to the V&A, which is my favourite museum, and I'm going to take you with me. This is actually June, but it's jacket and umbrella weather. I ended up changing my jacket because it was a bit too warm. I was forced to go home anyway because I'd forgotten my Fitbit, and if I'm not counting my steps, I don't know who I am. I used to live really centrally in London, but I recently moved out to a greener area. Um, but I still have the transport access to the museums and, well, everything in the middle, which is so important to me. I was given V&A membership for Christmas, so I went to the members cafe to read my book. Some of my favourite books are memoirs, and a lot of them are graphic memoirs. So, for example, Mouse or Persepolis, and it was really heartbreaking to hear about Marjan Satrapi dying recently. The pen I'm using here is a new one with a bent nib. It's called like Fude, Fude, and it's kind of cool. I'm quite clumsy with it still, but that's kind of nice to use when you have a tool that you're a bit clumsy with. You're less worried about the outcome because you're expecting it to be a bit chaotic anyway. I do bring an entire pencil case with me when I have my sketchbook. I usually I always have my sketchbook with me because it's a really tiny and convenient one. Um, and I just always want to be prepared in case I feel creative. On this day, I did not feel very creative, so I'm not really sharing my drawing. I'm in a bit of a mood about it, but nonetheless, I got to explore the museum. So I stumbled across this exhibition of contemporary art from Asia, Australia, and the Pacific, and it was really inspiring. I loved the design and the graphic feel and sort of the comic and illustration feel. Not comic, haha, comic as in graphic novel. My mood was randomly tanking and my energy was running low. So at this point, I headed home in the rain. Okay, welcome to my art room. Here I am with some stickers that I designed. And these stickers are a series that celebrate nature, the outdoors, and logging off. So, obviously, I have social media. I feel like I'm always on my phone. My day job involves a laptop. And when I got back into art, it was all about being analog, using paper, being offline, and doing something with my hands. I've already mentioned my step count, and I don't really exercise, but my exercise is getting outside and looking at trees. I have this looking at trees club design sticker. I kind of want to make a t-shirt. Um, but there is something. I wouldn't describe myself as a spiritual person, but with nature, I do is the closest I have to that feeling. Another day for a jacket. Okay, there are these studios by the river in London. They're called Thames Side, because they're near the Thames barrier, and they have a nice cafe there as well. There was an open studios event, so I was down there to go check out some studios, and I brought my sketchbook as well because that's what I do. Now, again, I was feeling in a negative mood about drawing and like I didn't have any ideas, but I tried to force myself to do it anyway. You can see I'm using pencil, which is handy. I think when I'm feeling confident and when I'm feeling relaxed, I go straight to ink. But I did some warm up with pencil, and though here I am with that bent nib pen again, drawing an owl. Um, I quite like. I think owls kind of match like a witchy theme for me. Like I'm drawing owls or hares, things associated with the nights and with witches. In this sketch, the owl is like hiding in a bog because there's a Swedish expression which is literally, I suspect, owls in the bog, and it's their equivalent of the expression to smell a rat. Okay, here I am unwrapping my new sketchbook, which is the exact same type and dimensions as the previous one. I like the Royal Talons brand. They're fairly cheap, but quite resistant paper, sort of mixed media paper. For me, the important thing, as long as the paper can take a bit of paint or a bit of playing around, is that it's not too expensive. Because having an expensive sketchbook just really puts me off having fun or doing anything because I'm just conscious of the price and what I should be doing with that quality of paper or having spent that much money. Before I started drawing as a hobby, my main creative outlet was cooking. I was saying I like art as something to do with my hands. Obviously, cooking is something to do with your hands, and the creative part that I like best is coming up with a meal from the things you have lying around. You know, like a pantry challenge. I think the best meal to make with whatever you have is risotto because you can really throw any leftover veg or cheese or bits into it. I feel I've shown you enough art in this video, so here's my wall of it's sort of split between local buildings, local urban spaces, and trees. Of course, I love looking at trees, and I try to capture them in any way that I can. Okay, I'm so pleased with this iPad case that I got, the way that it folds, and that so it points towards you and it's like a bit off the table, so you don't have to curve too much, although I'm sure my posture is terrible anyway. So I've been back into art in general since 2020, and it was only in 2025 that I got an iPad and started doing digital art. It's been really exciting to do my designs, particularly my comics, digitally because it saves so much time. Um, as I've said, obviously, like, you know, on paper you have the tactile thing, you have the thing of escaping screens. Um, but in terms of developing my ideas and designs and concepts, like doing those stickers, I couldn't have done it without the iPad. Like it would have been impossible without an iPad. Um, so I'm really glad I have it. So I'm gonna share some of those comics with you now to finish. So thanks for watching.